and welcome to another episode of Bring Back Focus. I'm your host, Dipesh Jain, and today I want to talk about a topic that I've personally struggled with through my life. That's sleep. You see, when I grew up, I felt I had insomnia. I mean, I could easily sleep for just 4 hours and get through my day. In fact, I remember during college and university days, I could just pull all nighters before exams and yeah and gets great grades. I remember seeing my friends see this as, I saw admiration in someone, I saw envy there, and all of that made me feel like, this is a superpower I had. I wore it like a badge of honor. It wasn't until very late in my life that I realized that this is causing more damage than benefits. I noticed it the first time I saw my attention dwindle, and I basically, more than that, I saw the inability to make good decisions because of brain fog. And there were multiple factors at that time, but I could trace it back to my lack of sleep. And once I realize I have a problem, generally, I just go into the deep end of it and try to find a solution. So with sleep as well, I went to look up everything that I could do about it. I read articles, I read some research papers, and I also realized that in addition to the amount of sleep, with normally people say you should sleep for at least 7 to 8 hours, I think the bigger problem with me was not just the amount, but also the consistency of when I went to bed and when I woke up. I think after reading all of that, I came to one conclusion that I needed to sleep more. And a subtext under that is I needed to be more consistent with my sleep and wake up times. I just needed more stability around my sleep cycle. Fast forward, I had kids, and I think having kids adds another level of complexity to your sleeping pattern, as any new parents would attach to. So all of this to say that, while I knew the solution, it I knew that it was going to be very difficult for me to implement it. But at the same time, I started seeing the impact of the sleep debt that I had accumulated over years, and that realization made me quite uncomfortable. I tried to overcompensate. I tried to sleep like 8 to 9 hours daily, and I knew that that wasn't sustainable. It took me a while to realize that I needed to take a pragmatic approach towards this rather than going all in. And I think if you struggle with the same, if you see that you've been sleeping for less than 5 hours or 5 to 6 hours, I think it's about time to make a change, because again, this episode is not about what are the what are the benefits of sleep and all. I think there's a lot of literature out there that will help you understand this. Here, I want to almost talk about how do you take a practical approach towards sleeping more, and more importantly, how can that help you improve your focus, concentration, the quality of your decisions, and just your overall performance. So, having said all of this, I think there are a few core principles that I would suggest, and then I think you can create your own framework or routine around that. So, number one is I try to sleep for a minimum of 6 hours. Yes, there are some days when I don't, but more often than not, I'll at least be sleeping for 6 hours, if not more. Yes, 8 hours is ideal. I just cannot do ideal. I know a lot of people cannot do ideal hours, but definitely make it a point to try and sleep at least 6 hours. Secondly, have a consistent sleep and wake up time. I think that is a big one. So you could be sleeping from 9 to 4, or you could be sleeping from 1 to 8. If you change that every day, it's going to be a problem. So try to maintain some regular hours, whether it is sleep between 9 to 10 and wake up between 5 to 6, or sleep between 10 to 11, wake up between 6 to 7, or whatever works for you. Just try and maintain some sort of consistency around that. That's one. The third thing, so yes, sleep for 6 hours minimum, ideally. Have consistency around sleeping cycle. The third one is get some sort of a sleep tracking device. Now, I don't say that this is hard and fast, but I just know that I recently purchased the Aura Ring, and I see the value of having something like that. It just keep makes you accountable to yourself. So it could be a ring, it could be a watch, it could be anything. Today you have technology that would have at one point costed you a lot of money, but today it's available, pretty accessible, I would say. So get some sort of a sleep tracking device and help it improve your performance. I've, by the way, just a side note, I have undergone a full sleep study, and I can see that how this Aura Ring kind of gets the results that the sleep study got, not completely. So yes, get some sort of a sleep tracking device. The next thing I would say is that, and this is at a deeper level, I think one of the things, especially if you've been culturally aligned to the culture of hustle, I think what we see is we see sleep as an activity that is not really, what do I say, productive. It's because it's rest, it's the state of not doing anything. And in our minds, we feel that doing something is better than not doing anything. And that's why a lot of times we prioritize other activities over sleep. Like you'd wake up early to do this. But if you change your mindset around this, a lot will change. So if you see sleep as actually one of the most productive activities that you can do that will help impact other areas of your life, you will start prioritizing it over other things. A lot of times, cultural connotations, like if you're sleeping too much, you're lazy. If you're sleep has been associated with passive laziness. It is not. It is the most active and the most impactful thing you can do. So view sleep as an impactful or a productive activity. I mean, I hate to use the word productive activity, but yes, view sleep as something that will change your dynamics in other parts of the work that you do. It will improve the quality of exercise, it will improve the quality of attention, improve your cognitive behavior, improve a lot of things. So, yeah, again, recapping all the things, try to sleep at least 6 hours, if not more. Um, have a consistent sleep time, wake up time. Get some sort of a sleep tracking device. I think that will really help you be accountable. View sleep as an activity that is impactful in other areas of your life. So that way you will start prioritizing this over everything else. And I think most importantly, be practical about it rather than trying to go full deep end and becoming complete idealist about sleep. It's just not going to happen. And if you are not convinced about the benefits of sleep, I definitely recommend reading some material out there. There's a lot of good content around sleep and its benefits. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next episode.